Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza Horizon 3 with a challenge. Thank you, AIs. Well done for driving through a shot. We are going to be racing some 100 horsepower cars. Now, this is some of the most fun racing we've had on previous Forza games, and with Horizon 3, even more vehicles are now in this, or can go sub 100 horsepower. Admittedly, quite a few of them haven't been chosen, mainly because they're too large and too heavy to be competitive. Things like the Ford Woody, the Holden, Ute, and so on just can't necessarily be competitive. However, we have got a Willys Jeep, Beach Buggy is here, Subaru Brat, Fiesta XR2, a couple of Fiestas. I've gone for an Opel GT in this one, Fiat X19, little above, very, very fast in a straight line, but might be a bit more difficult to get it through the corners. A Silvia, another Opel GT, and a Datsun. We're going to take them racing. We're going to take them racing over a variety of circuits, starting off with a relatively nice street circuit. These cars, events kind of, this track would probably be very, very quick for your normal sort of vehicles. However, in a C-Class car with 100 horsepower and 120 torque, yes, not quite as daunting, really. We did have a couple of rules with this. Of course, the car's built to C-Class. Most of them are getting to the top of C-Class. A couple not quite so much. We did also ban the Lotus 11 and the Mini. Both are too ridiculously fast. They're just too quick for the field. They'd sit at the front and it wouldn't be an exciting race. So, yeah, we are going to see how this one goes. I am praying to the gods of Forza that I do not start at the back of the field. It's fairly low down. The Beach Buggy is likely to be very, very quick off the line. I guess the Subaru Brat and Willys Jeep, both likely to be all-wheel drive. They are probably going to get going pretty decently. I'll actually spend a little bit quicker launch. I guess the downside, of course, being all-wheel drive, the Brat's relatively light, but considering a lot of these cars here are sub £2,000, it is a little bit on the heavier side, although it will come in handy when it comes to a cross-country circuit or an off-road event. We have moved our way up, not too bad, down this initial straight. In fact, the other Opel GT has moved its way up into the lead. I'm going to get rid of the player names just so that I can see my rearview mirror. The Willys Jeep is trying to fight back on the inside. He's going to do it. The Abarth is going to come soaring past. I've kept my position against the Jeep, but I've got a Fiesta up the inside, looking to try and get past. He's not going to do it quite there. The Willys Jeep, the strength of the Willys Jeep, it actually can be a very, very fast car in lower classes, is its acceleration out of the corners. You can get it very, very fast. I think there's been some missed checkpoints going on there. Thankfully, everything ghosted. The Opels have got a nice little podium domination going on. Probably not going to last very long, but Opel actually got a nice little bit of a margin at the front. I'm struggling with a bit of oversteer. I really don't want to be playing out with the foam boxes, and that's just when you're driving a big powerful car and you crash through a foam box, doesn't really matter. When you're driving something with as little horsepower as this, and momentum is so very important, you don't want to be crashing into the street furniture. Right, slow down for that. The Fiat, I think the Fiat might be struggling with more oversteer than I am, which is saying something. It looks like it might actually be the Subaru Brat in the... there we go. That's what I was talking about with crashing into the street furniture. There we see the experience firsthand. The Subaru Brat is up into the fourth place and is give chase to all of these... That Opel up ahead is actually really shifting around this track. Get slow, change direction, make sure we don't miss that checkpoint. That one is actually quite an arsey one. I could see where everyone ended up jumping across the inside there, especially if you're racing side by side with other cars. You can inadvertently be forced to the inside. Game has started raining. I did set this to overcast. I wasn't quite expecting it to go to rain, but there we go. Not that that's really good. I've not got enough power for it to really hinder me in in any way, shape, or form. There is a scary number of headlights. Whether they're going to have enough time to catch up is the big question. Could the Opals romp to a slightly unexpected... Ooh, I've done the same thing. Pretty sure I saw the Fiat do that in one of the early laps. It's really easy to try and get away with that, carry that little bit more momentum. We're going to end up with a big bit of oversteer going the other side of the post. Yeah, Willys Jeep is starting to fall back a little bit. This track is too open for the Willys Jeep. It really needs to be a technical circuit for that Jeep to excel. My car, if you are interested, running on street tyres this one. Building these cars up to C-Class is a little bit more difficult. Some of them you can get away with... I'd actually really fluff that corner up. Could have had a lot more speed. Some of them will easily fit race tyres on, like full weight reduction and so on, and it can actually be a real struggle getting them up to the PI. Others, you do have to be a little bit more careful on in terms of what you can put. So I have got full weight reduction, but if I put on race or rally tyres, I couldn't get the 100 horsepower out of it. So I opted to go for more power, seeing as being kind of 6 horsepower down in a field where you've got this little amount of horsepower. That's quite noticeable. So yeah, I opted to go for the full horsepower rather than the tyres in this one. I think it's working relatively well. That Brat is holding on really well. Oh no, we got big oversteer again at a bad moment. Once more got to go that side. I hear a noisy Fiat. I've fluffed up the beginning of this lap twice in a row now, allowing the leader to get away a little bit up there. Fortunately though, we do seem to be quite clear of the rest of the squabbling field. There's some more oversteer for you from the Opal. Yeah, I'm not being brave enough through there. I might also not be quite... If I go to second, I'm just going to buzz the limiter. So either I've got to be braver or... Yeah, slightly different gear ratios would be helpful. I don't think I can do anything. Annoyingly, there is a lot more speed to be had through that corner than I was able to take. Although I've got mega good run out of the final turn. Here we go, the drag race to the line. I've got it back. I made up for my mistake. I got the Fiat on the run to the line. The Fiesta up to 4th place. Oh, the Brat had a bad final lap. Might have missed a checkpoint. Might have made a mistake at some point. Dropped back. Lost 10 seconds on that final lap. Fiesta coming 4th ahead of the Beach Buggy in 5th. The Willys Jeep actually beat the Brat in the end. Well, exciting final lap around the streets of Surfers Paradise. It was an Opel GT 1-2. Certainly not fastest laps. The Fiestas were coming towards the end, but a whole swathe of missed checkpoints early on caused them a little bit of bother. Did I get enough? I should have got enough XP easily to level up. Fantastic. Let's go and win a Horizon Edition car. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm having no luck even having Horizon Edition cars as a possible prize in these wheel spins at the moment, let alone possibly win them. 100,000 is not too bad. On to the next race then. So, up next, it is off to a cross-country circuit. Now, this will very much test these vehicles in, well, completely different ways. As there is a brief bit of tarmac at the start line of this one, but we've seen plenty on Horizon 3. Off-road ability is quite significant for getting good lap times when it comes to the dirt. So things like the Subaru Brat, things like the Willys Jeep, probably going to be pretty handy when it comes to going through this water. In fact, the Opel GT apparently quite good. Might have been pushed the whole way through, though, by a Datsun. Not sure on that one. Beach Buggy might also be quite happy going around here. However, we've also seen in the rally car build series that very light cars tend to have issues with bumpiness. So things like, oh, we got a big shunt from the other Opel over there. Yeah, the Assetto might have issues across these bumps. We don't know. We do not know. I think the Beach Buggy may have either run wide or something happened to it to fall back through the field. Ah, the Subaru Brat's in the way. God damn it, I thought the Brat would fare well. The other Opel GT's got a great run down there. All of my momentum, I think, was sucked out, crashing into the back of the Subaru. The Isetta is doing really well. It has now just lost a place. I had to say something, didn't I? It has now lost a place to the Fiat, although I think the Fiat's ended up in the wall. The Isetta's going back. Right, down the hill we go. That's a nasty, nasty bump. We've lost a place to the Silvia, I think. Oh, it's all changing so quickly because as different cars get good runs over different sections, and momentum being such an important thing with these cars as it is. Yeah, positions are changing hands quite regularly. The Opel's up to the lead, though. I'm a fair way. That is a big, angry group of cars that looks like quite a lot of fun to be a part of. But I am trying to go for the win here. We've jumped into the water. We've not carried... Yeah, I think we might have been pushed through there last time. I think that might be a distinct possibility. I'm not surprised that the Opel doesn't like that water. It's probably one of the lowest cars here in terms of ride height. So yeah, perhaps not too surprising that it is unhappy with that section. What have we got chasing us down? I think it's the Silvia that is behind us. Just got to catch the oversteer a little bit. The leaders are having a great race. I'm in that really awful no man's land position where you've got a great race going on ahead of you. You've got a good race going on behind you that I think is actually catching me, though, which is a little bit scary. That beach buggy is absolutely flying around this track. And yeah, I've just kind of got the watching brief right now. Don't go too wide out of here like I did last time. Try and get a good run down these jumps. I mean, the beach buggy's probably got some of the best suspension to... I said it's got the best suspension to deal with this. I don't know what it's running. Possibly rally suspension. I've got rally suspension on my Opel here, but it's still going to be one of the lower cars. The beach buggy has got good rally suspension. However, being rear-engined, if it's not quite tuned right, it is a really horrible car to drive. So they can be an absolute handful. It does look like it is a little bit going on back there. Right into the water we go once more. Try and cut our way through here. Oh, it's painfully slow. So painfully slow indeed. It is a fantastic battle. They are changing positions almost every corner up ahead. The Opel is now back in the lead. I really want to come join in. I really want to come join in with this lead fight. I'm just that little bit too far back at the moment. Need them to exchange positions a couple more times. Get distracted. The thing is, when you're racing on a normal circuit, you know, you're attacking, you're trying to defend and so on, much more likely to be taking compromised lines, whereas out here, when there's so many different lines you can take through a corner, overtaking doesn't slow you down quite as much. It does a little bit, but it's not quite as extreme. I mean, the Fiesta's gone for a big dive. Is he going to be able to get it stopped through here? Yes, he is. Does well. Kind of ends up blocking in the Opel. A sensible thing to do, really. Now I am very much in the fight. We've got two Opels taking the fight to the Fiestas out here. I'm going to have to go wide, otherwise there's not going to be space around there. And I've immediately been pushed back from the from the fight. That's how we have three cars trying to fit into the same piece of tarmac. I've got 150,000 skill points just from a normal driving section. Okay, I could have really done with the Datsun push through the water. I need to get out of it. Need to get out of it quicker. Ah, bugger, we've got a lap to go. But yeah, actually really pulling away from the rest of the field. The Brat's come up into 4th place. Not too surprised by that. We would expect the Brat to be happier out here. I'm really trying to avoid these jumps if I can. I really don't want to be getting airtime. It slows you down no end. I mean, hell, you saw me trying to go around the outside of the Opel on one corner. Put me further out of position than I really wanted to be, and I've dropped way back from this group. Oh no! We hit a bump. I hit a bump and I've gone round. Damn it, I was pushing. I was pushing too hard, I think, trying to catch back up. Ah, disappointed. After all of that work to catch up to the lead group. And that's what can happen with the small light cars, unfortunately. And I'm going to find myself in another bloody no man's land, and we're not going to be able to watch the epic duel, the epic conclusion to the fight for the lead. I've got a buggy behind me again. That's not what I want. Whoa! Hello, floor. Out. That was a little bit painful, a little bit, yeah, less than ideal. Can we hold off the buggy? I think the buggy's got a lot more speed than me, but is wildly out of control 90% of the time, so I might be able to. Is the buggy still fighting with the Silvia? I daren't look back. I think it is. Yeah, it is. The Silvia's now come to join me. Both of them are going to end up in the wall. Buggy, if you want to push me through the water, I'd be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. I'm going to make you go the long way around. I'm going to force you to spend more time in the water than you really want to. In fact, he backed out of it and has ended up back in line behind me. That thing gets going so fast. The Manx is so quick out of the water section. It's just such good acceleration in that. I'm not going to be able to go around the outside of him there. Now, I don't even know what bump it was that caught me out. I think I was taking a different line through this corner up here and just got bounced around, which is unusual. I haven't been really having... I guess it was probably that. Maybe the secondary one. Yeah, either way, it caused some issues. Can we regain a 4th place? My only hope is that the Manx is way too quick for me. My only hope is for him to make a mistake. We have seen it have issues, so I've just got to be neat and tidy here. No real threat from the Sylvia behind. The Manx has taken all of the bins with him. Such a horrible landing for my poor Opal. And again, we are down. We're not spun around this time. Trying to cut through that corner is gained us a little bit of time, and we are quicker than the Brat. I think we were catching back up towards the end of this race. Nearly 200,000 skill points, but yeah, not going to be enough. That Manx's lap time is stupid quick as well. I don't know if I might have had one good lap in all of that. Oh, the Fiesta does take victory. Relatively close, though. In fact, you saw the battle. I briefly joined in, only to make a mistake, fall out of that one. Yeah, the Opals are actually doing pretty well here. The Brat getting 3rd place ahead of the Manx. Sylvia fares much better here at the cross-country circuit. Little bit annoyed with myself. A little bit of bad luck, really, just catching the bumps wrong. What can happen with the tiny like cars? I'm earning a crap ton of XP in all of this. Yeah, well, I'll take another wheel spin. Come on, Horizon Edition car. When I'm recording, yeah, I'm having no luck. I'm having no luck whatsoever. Yep. Well, on to the next race. Now, for our next event, it is a proper rally stage. The Switchback Trail, and there's a little bit of rain around. I am decidedly mid-grid. Where is my... we've got a slight mix-up with the cars. We've got a couple of Datsun 510s. I am the lone Opel GT this time out. Well, the Beach Buggy is likely to be quick. The Manx is likely to be quick. The Willys Jeep, this is a very much acceleration-based course, so the Willys Jeep might be very fast. Subaru Brat could also be quite at home here. I am very concerned about the bumps, as you can imagine. I mean, the Willys Jeep is not going to like this initial part. That is for sure. This is quite a long straight for the cars to accelerate up through. Hello, don't mind me, just coming through. I'm trying to minimise my time spent on the bumps. Fiesta's got some good straight line speed coming down here. Is he going to have the traction though in the front wheel drive car around some of these turns? Not quite sure. Might not be too bad though. It is the little Abarth actually out in front leading the way. I'm so used to taking this course in ridiculously quick vehicles that yeah, I might not quite be getting my braking points. I say my braking points right. I'm just so used to having to brake a lot more than I currently am. Still, the little Abarth is leading the way. I'm getting some slight assistance through that corner. I think the Fiesta's got stuck out wide as the Willys Jeep, as I said, is loving these little acceleration zones. Has catapulted himself up into 3rd, just about past the Fiat cleanly. Fiesta's going to get a good move. I'm having exactly the same issues the Fiat did, getting bounced wide. The Manx has missed a checkpoint or spun and been dropped back again. Getting bopped around from every which side as the Brat and Sylvia now come past. Everyone's trying to get through these checkpoints in the shortest possible way. Little bit of a cluster going on. It's nice to be in a big old battle at this stage. Maybe a few cars further back that the Datsun's not faring so well out here. Oh, good God, I'm glad that thing went ghost. I had a heart attack. Brat got the tree, just stopped dead in front of me. He's done a really good job of getting that going again quickly. He's now right back behind me. In fact, it's right alongside me. Yeah, Well done for getting that going so fast from collecting the tree. Oh, we don't have the grip for that. We do not have the grip for that at all. That was poor driving by me there. I'm going to fight back against the Subaru, though. I think I saw the Abarth has dropped back, may have made a mistake or just lost time somewhere around the course. I'm going to try and fend off the Subaru. He's got more grip than me. Good cutback from the Brat. Does he have the speed? I don't think he does. Nope. We're going to get him. I get the Subaru across the line, only just though. I was catching the Fiat as well. It is the Willys Jeep that takes victory here. That acceleration so useful at a track like this. The Myers Manx in second ahead of a Fiesta in third. Sylvia does well up in fourth place ahead of the Fiat. Held on at the front for so long, but by the looks of it, a mistake towards the end dropped him down to fifth. The Opel, yeah, perhaps not the ideally suited car to this off-road course. I just don't have the acceleration to fight with the likes of the Willys Jeep here. Okay, shall we go? Oh, we are going to level up at least from this. Not a crazy amount of XP, but it is enough. Come on, Horizon Edition car, at least be in the wheel. For God's sake. just at least be in the wheel spin so I can be half excited about it. None of this lazy bollocks. Well, there we go. So, for our final event, what better way to finish off than with a drag race? I'm not completely confident in the Opel. I will be honest, we are having some issues of people being able to join the events. Sadly, it's the fun of Horizon. I think we lose at least one or two that just don't get joined. But there we go. The fun of the drag race. I'm not sure I'm going to quite have the fastest. The Willys Jeep gets a good launch, but then struggles falling back. The Manx is off, but there goes the Abarth. The Abarth is chasing the buggy down. And the bigger question now, though, we're past the initial launch. Who has the gears to keep going? Who is going to run out? The buggy's done. The buggy's done once it hits 100. In fact, the Opel is going for it. I wasn't expecting to be closing down on the crazy Abarth. I think we're going to run out of time. It is closing fast, actually. Come on, Opel. There's 200 yards to go. I think we're going to get it. Yes, we got it on the line. Wasn't expecting that result. The poor Willys Jeep still got 15% of the course to go. Apparently, the Opel GT is very good. A quarter of a mile drag race, not so much. It's middle of the pack. But down the full runway, the Opel GT absolutely flies. That's pretty impressive, actually. I wasn't quite ready for that one. Yeah, now we need a conclusion of some sorts. Well, you know, 100 horsepower racing is good fun. It's always fun. You always end up with some excitement. Yeah, the Opels have actually done very, very well. My one did well in the drag races. The Opel won the first race, competed well in the cross country. The Opel GT is certainly a solid choice, but there are plenty of solid choices out there. The Manx, the beach buggy, got a little bit unlucky. I think perhaps that could have done considerably better. It's just the nature of racing. The Willys Jeep at a short circuit with lots of acceleration zones is going to be quite dominant as well. What I do recommend out of all of this, go have a go. Go have a go at 100 horsepower racing. Yes, it's not particularly spectacular power figures, and on Horizon 3, when there are so many cars that can get thousands and thousands of horsepower, it's easy to get distracted and think that you need many of the horsepower to have fun. That is not the case at all. 100 horsepower racing is still very, very enjoyable, and I highly recommend that you give it a go. However, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.